Family and friends, it's yours truly. Yeah, I'll do that for a little while, Mr. Hall of Fame. This morning I want to respond to Rocking Lupa's thread about Michael Jackson. I like you as a person quite a bit, Ingrid. I hardly watch your videos. Your taste is just exactly what I don't find interesting. You as a person, I love all that commercial music. It's like, are you kidding me? And they say it with love, so, you know, that's why I'm just being real. And I do have this funky, shitty attitude. It's always there. It's always going to be there, so I'm not going to hide it. And when it comes out, it'll just come out. I do have some real strong attitudes and opinions about commercialism and art and mainstream commodification of music and how it has shaped people's tastes and a lot of things in bad ways, in my opinion. To me, I see it. Anyway, okay. I just always have a lot on my mind. Ingrid, let me answer your questions about Michael Jackson, okay? All right, so here we go. The first question is, I have to put my glasses on. When and where did you hear Michael Jackson died, and how was your reaction to his death? Very honestly, Ingrid, I was at work. I was in the car. In my work, I did a lot of traveling. I heard it on the radio. Before they said the words, I knew it. I felt it before they said it, because I'd been having this funny feeling. And I'm not making this up. This happens a lot in my life. I try to pay attention to my body and these funny things that I feel and think sometimes. I knew he was dead before they said it and felt it coming. Matter of fact, when I was on tour in Europe and he came out and made the big announcement that he was going to do this final tour and made that big press announcement, I remember where I was. I was in a hotel in Hamburg, Germany. And I thought to myself as he spoke, I said, he'll never make it. To me, all of this was very obvious. To me, a lot of what I say that I get crap for, not necessarily by you people, but some people, to me it's obvious. And that's why I say it. That's why I get like I do. It's like, God damn, why is everybody so asleep? You know, why don't you see this? Okay? So that's where I was when I found out. I already knew. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when he announced the big thing and as they were working up to it, I knew it. He'll never make it. This is not going to happen. I knew it. For so many obvious reasons to me. One being how drugged he has been for years. You know, it's one of the things that gets under my craw about people and why I am like this with a lot of people. You know, it's like, you know, the way that great numbers of people want to suspend their, you know, they just want to stay in the fantasy as opposed to deal with reality. Okay, enough. Number two. What do you think of Michael Jackson as an entertainer, and do you think he meant something to the music industry and the music history? Well, what he meant to the industry was money. Okay, let me just get all this bile out, okay, because Michael Jackson was an extremely gifted, special man, but he was black. And you see, I wish I could have known Michael. I think Michael and I had a lot in common in some ways, but I don't think that Michael wanted to be white. I think Michael realized in order to realize his dream, he had to do that. I come from the same time period as Michael, and we grew up when we were treated like we were regarded as monkeys. We really were, you know, by mainstream society people, okay? This wasn't that long ago. And so as Michael became more powerful and successful, whatever he was thinking, his transformation into this pale skin thing with the Peter Pan nose, I can imagine that in his mind, he felt that he had to do this. And since he had the power to do it, he would. I'll transform myself in order to fully realize my dream. I can't do it as a black person. Many people will want to argue with what I just said. And you just try to understand that what I'm saying is a perspective that if you're not, first off, if you're not African American, then to a degree, you can't understand completely what I'm trying to say. And I don't mean that arrogantly. It's just the goddamn truth, you know? Okay, so did Michael Jackson mean anything to the music industry? Are you kidding me, Ingrid? All the music industry gives a fuck about is money and ass. So they bled him like they did Elvis. They're the biggest stars are like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a Trojan horse or like a sacrificial offering. You know what I'm saying? It's like we bloat them up and then we stick a pin in them and gleefully watch them explode over and over and over again in history. This has happened. People that come to mind right away, people like Judy Garland, Elvis Presley, you know, you name it. You know what I'm saying? And so because Michael became such a lightning rod performer at such a young age, I think that was part of the power and intensity of the magic that he brought when he danced and sang to people. It was so innocent and pure. So innocent and pure that it was downright, in many ways, spiritual. And it's just too direct. There's really no way of missing the power of it. Michael Jackson means a lot to a lot of people all over this world, forever. Kind of like a Bob Marley, like a John Lennon, like an Elvis. Not like, but Michael. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the most recognized people on this planet. So in the hearts and minds of individuals, he is very important. But to the industry, he's just a cash cow. He meant nothing. Just like Elvis meant nothing to the industry except money. Okay? It's the damn truth. It is. Okay? Whether you like it or not. Number 3. Show your Michael Jackson. I have already shown it because I don't have any except for Thriller. Okay? Now what I do have, because back in the 80s, once I got a videotape recorder, coming from a poor background, it took me a while to realize, oh, geez, I can afford to buy a videotape machine. It may sound strange to some of y'all, but it has some things you just don't understand if you haven't been there, okay? So that's why I say a lot of what I say, trying to help you understand why I'm like I am, okay? So anyway, coming from a dirt poor background, we were dirt fucking poor, okay? We were. I'm not ashamed of that. Just we didn't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? What was the point? I was just trying to, God damn, it was about Michael Jackson. Okay. So, and the videotape. So what I'm saying is back in the 80s, I would videotape music obsessively, you know, and the 80s belonged to Michael Jackson and Madonna, as you know. So Michael was on TV all the time. So in my video collection, which I have been transferring slowly to DVD, I have hours and hours of Michael Jackson specials and most of his videos that I taped off of TV, the world premieres. When they first showed it, I tape it and you can see it, world premiere, and then the video. I have that in my video collection. So I have a lot of Michael on video when I want to watch. Sometimes I do, you know, to recapture the excitement. But there's no reason, for me, I have no desire to play this. I've heard it too much, okay? And just like a lot of my records, especially records that are big and popular, there's no reason to play it. It's like it's burned in my memory forever, okay? A couple other things I want to say about Michael Jackson is I had the great pleasure of seeing the Jackson 5 live at the time of the madness, of the Michael Jackson madness. I saw them, the Victory Tour, and it was amazing to be there. I was like in another city. I was so far away from the stage, which I hate, but you know, I was there, had binoculars, saw Michael. I was there. He performed for me. It was amazing. It was so exciting. It was historic. Myself and everyone else there, we felt the sense of history on the way out of the concert. CNN was there, you know, randomly asking people what they thought. I don't know if my comments got on camera, but I spoke. I'm very glad I got to see Michael Jackson perform. Another personal note is when Michael Jackson died, shortly after that, I was contacted by the local media here in Omaha. looking for a local musician to give his perspective on what Michael Jackson meant. And I have a tape of it. I have it on DVD. I can't upload it because I don't have the rights to it. I'm not even going to bother to look into it, okay? But I taped a half-hour show where I was interviewed asking the perspective of a musician, a local musician. What did Michael Jackson mean to you? And I got a lot of feedback from the local community, thankfully, that I did a really good job. I actually had people stop me on the street that I didn't know who thanked me for representing Michael so well and what he meant to people. Because it was what I said is like I do here. Top of my head, from the heart. I'm always thinking, and so that's why these thoughts seem to come so naturally, because I'm just always in thought, So one more thing is I am appalled, but not surprised that, again, the whole value that Michael had and has to this world is the money that he can make. And the idea that they're considering putting a hologram of Michael Jackson on tour, not for the fans, people. Don't be fooled. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for the money. Just when, again, I'll say it again to you, Ingrid, and anyone else that watches, when I make these disparaging comments that maybe make some of you angry, upset, or you don't want to hear it, I'm saying it because it needs to be said. I think, I'm kind of like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz when she pulls back the cloak and reveals the Oz. It's like, people, we need to wake up bad. Okay, Ingrid, you're a sweetheart. I love you.